Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
You may notice that this
Hi.
podcast starts worse than the others because we're starting with an intro. Yeah, Joey, third build.
You said hello.
That goes for you too.
This is the second time in a row.
Yeah,
You have
so-
to make it clear that you're third build.
Yeah, so we say that in actually every episode. I'm gonna start first and foremost with myself. I'm Josh. Moving to my left, we have a special guest here today. You may know him from the Communication Hill podcast, which he and I do every week.
It's Michael.
Yay! He's here! And you know what that means? We're talking about Marvel.
It's true.
That's basically what that means. I'm going to go to second build over to my right over here. Tommy Costa.
Can you not say my last name on these things?
Tommy Costa. Here he is. All right,
Tommy
and
Costa.
finally, third build, last build,
Bottom of the
Joey.
build.
Joey.
Say my name, I didn't know.
Joey, okay.
You said his name.
Yeah, I didn't know what your name was. So.
Were you doing
How
code
come you're not
names?
saying his last name?
I should have done a code name.
Yeah.
Because I already
Joey.
said his last name.
That would give
Joey
away his
Tribbiani.
Okay.
I was thinking
Friends.
What a great spin-off. Anyway.
I've never even watched any of it.
Well, yeah.
I don't think
'cause
anybody did.
I don't think anybody
It's like a generic
What if,
sitcom.
what
It's
if
terrible.
nobody watched that show when it aired? Like,
Probably.
there was
That would
there
be-
was nobody.
I would say it would be impossible for nobody to watch any show.
It's true.
See, it's not.
Someone's
impossible
always
by the
gonna watch
definition
it.
of impossible,
What's
but-
what's that Chandler spinoff? It wasn't actually Chandler, but
Was
he,
it?
Oh,
No, it
it
wasn't
wasn't a therapist.
It was
or
like,
in-
He's in therapy or whatever.
Yeah, it's like something about like smiling,
yeah.
something like.
No, it's true. I watched
Or
the
happy.
pilot,
Happy smile. I
and
don't
it
know.
was actually not bad.
I watched like
Okay.
the first 2 episodes and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
It
I
was,
can
like,
watch this.
interesting.
With
Did
that.
Ross get a spin-off about dinosaurs?
Yeah, I think it's called
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
It's called
like the
Ice
only
Age
thing.
3: Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Oh.
Can you put this over there?
Yeah, what else?
But
is-
what? Can you please explain what you're doing for
Chill.
the listeners?
No. I was eating a cup of noodle. I was hungry. Anyway, we're going to get into this. Today we're talking about what will happen to the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Captain America Civil War.
Whoa. Hold on.
What about part 2?
That's not even until
No, that's Civil War. The Civil War.
2016.
That's next year.
I thought there was
No,
another one after that.
That's Infinity Wars.
Infinity
War
Wars.
Part 2.
Wait, that's just the
So,
third Avengers?
we're talking...
That's the
This
Avengers.
is the
movie,
Captain
yeah.
America
The
3
Captain
the
America
third-
Civil War.
The third installment to the Captain America franchise.
So basically, how's that going to affect the Infinity War?
How's
Yeah.
that going to affect any
Well, because-
Marvel movies from that point
It's
on?
basically the first
Yeah.
movie that's not an Avengers movie that has Avengers in it.
And has almost everybody in it.
Yeah, it's
already
basically like
announced.
another Avengers movie
That means
meeting
it's
Captain America.
pitting them against each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's going to change everything.
Yeah,
For an
that was the whole point of the comics.
Here's what we know so far.
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
plethora of Marvel heroes
Mhm.
in this movie, which is just a Captain America movie,
Mm-hmm.
technically,
Yeah.
but it's looking more like an Avengers movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, before we get into it, let's just say this: this is not like a spoiler.
This is
Yeah,
all
this is,
purely
like,
speculative
speculative,
because
like based on logic and like
we know what happens in Civil War, or some of us do, and we're going to go over that. What happens in the comic Civil War.
Yeah.
However,
spoiler
that-
for that, I guess.
But
I
that
bet
is
it's been
not
out for, like, a
necessarily
decade.
what will happen in the movie.
Yeah. And then I guess the only spoiler is if you haven't seen any of the previous Avengers movies.
Yes.
I guess maybe that'll be.
Right.
Lost.
But it's also been like a month.
Yeah, and also in that case, you probably haven't listened to many podcasts on this channel.
Actually, like I just said that you'd be lost if you hadn't, but you
No.
actually wouldn't be.
Ultron
Avengers
didn't
didn't really do anything.
Ultron
to,
didn't have any lasting.
to change like
Yeah.
what's happening. It introduced something that I think is going to be relevant.
Yeah,
to
I think it
Civil War.
introduced Avengers, but it
Right.
hasn't.
Yeah. And we're about to spoil Avengers 2 right now. Vision.
Oh, what is?
Oh yeah, well,
That
because
was,
the
I
whole
would
thing
say
with
that was the
Vision.
major
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that happened in that is the.
It's
end of the
basically
movie.
like a.
I would say, not just that, but also just the knowledge that there is somebody creating superheroes. I think
That's
that was
true.
the biggest thing.
Yeah, someone just
Yeah.
created a super from scratch,
Yeah.
but it only worked because of the mind.
I was talking about the
the twins,
twins.
which is
Oh,
also
Hydra,
I just found out today
hmm
they never once said in the movie Quicksilver,
No, they can't.
or,
Yeah.
because they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized that today.
Oh,
that
yeah,
They
no.
never actually said it. That's
well,
pretty good
no,
how they had
that's-
actually pulled that off.
So we're going spoilers are okay now.
Yes,
Like
at this
the
point,
main
spoilers.
for any
For
previous
Ultron, for
Marvel
sure.
Cinematic Universe movies, spoilers are fair game.
Okay, cool. So the running joke that I saw on the internet was like when Quicksilver like bit the dust. It was like, oh, we're just gonna come off because he wasn't as good as the one in X-Men, so just bye.
He died.
He died.
Yeah. What do you guys
disagree.
think about that?
I
Yeah.
You
thought he was
disagree
better
that he
than the
died?
one in X.
I
Oh,
I
no.
thought he was well.
No, he wasn't.
he was less of a
His accent
joke.
sure wasn't
Yeah.
as good.
He was just
yeah.
like, he was a different character completely.
He was
and
way
I think
different.
I liked that.
He was
a-
more X-Men-y in X-Men. Like that's like an X-Men character, kind of
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And then in Avengers, he fit in also really well.
Yeah.
I remember a Quicksilver joke from the animated series on WB Kids or whatever. Like in the morning, you know,
Yeah.
with like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff.
Yeah.
had
I
them all on
remember-
VHS.
Wait, was it Quicksilver?
Jesus.
That's
Wait,
a lot.
is this the
Quicksilver
they're under my
or the
head.
Flash, but that's the whole other.
Well,
universe,
what
because
was
only
the-
other-
No, it was X-Men. It was the X-Men
X-Men?
animated series.
the like original one? The 90s?
like X-Men Evolution.
Or
Evolution. That was
X-Men
it.
Evolution
It was
was
X-Men
sick.
Evolution. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's on Netflix. I
Yeah.
watched it like.
And
the
I'm
first
actually
season
just
of it.
remembering now that it wasn't Quicksilver who made the joke. It was somebody making a joke about Quicksilver.
Oh.
He basically said, and at the time I thought it was funny. He was like, "Hey, you guys want to see me run to the moon? I'm back."
Oh my gosh. That's funny. No, I don't know.
I feel like that was more in line with the X-Men movie Quicksilver than the. Alright. For all of you listening on the podcast, Michael just murdered a fly.
Midair.
I did think I would. I did. Oh man.
These levels, man.
Oh, we're getting a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably turn this gain down.
All right,
Is
all
that better
right.
for your eardrum?
Yeah, does it feel better now? No, you don't. Take yeah. Oh, I totally forgot we had that door open. All right, things probably sound a lot better now.
That's good. That's a little natural wind sound for you.
Now we're in the studio.
Oh, when
Alright,
I left
so-
the other day,
This
I
is
got
going to be
blasted
super
by
relevant.
those- sorry.
Super relevant to the podcast.
When I left, what was I doing? I don't know what
Please
we were
tell us
doing.
more.
But when I left, I was walking and I just got blasted by it. It just like went right on me.
What part
Good.
of your body got hit?
Just the right side of my
Your entire torso and legs?
it was like head and then like my back. And
Wow, man, that thing really blasted.
Good. Bring it back. Relate it back to the topic.
So-
all right.
speaking of
So
blasting.
speaking of blasting,
It's on you, eh? It's on you.
Okay.
Quicksilver got blasted
remember, yeah, he got
Died.
with
blasted.
bullets.
Oh yeah, is that what he did?
Multiple times.
First of all, okay, the
Yeah.
only thing I was just like, why couldn't he just move them? Why did he have to like throw his body in? Because he's like, he
Oh,
slows
yeah.
everything down. You could just went boom.
Oh, yeah.
It would have
It's, like,
taken
really
the same
fast.
motion for him to just like rah versus. Blah.
Yeah.
Did not think about that.
The only thing I could think of is that, and this
See,
is kind of
yeah,
nice
dramatic
because it
moment.
ties in like feminism a little bit, but it's like, it's, I guess like a kind of rare occasion for the guy to die and the girl to be upset. It's usually like the girl dies and the plot's moved forward by the male feeling like, oh,
Yeah,
full
yeah.
movie. So in this one, like the sister and the brother are obviously really connected.
Yeah. So Joss Whedon, you can come back to Twitter.
Yeah, I heard about
Come back to life now.
But yeah, I thought that was cool because now like, and you see Scarlet Witch being like, oh, like wrecking shop and like killing
Yeah.
everybody.
She
I'm like, that's
does.
cool because she's
She's great.
way more badass than her brother, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of a.
He was
mean-
cool because he runs fast,
He
but
was
then
just,
like,
I mean, if you think of him as being the same as the Flash, then he's obviously the best superhero of all time. But whatever.
Yeah, the Flash is even way more powerful than Quicksilver. Because
Yeah,
he has a
yeah,
speed
yeah.
force, and that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
But I mean, if you think of them as the same, then
Yeah.
they should have the same powers.
It's
but
not Marvel.
it's not.
I'm not talking
Oh,
about.
I can't wait for Justice League. Am I right?
No, no, you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yes.
Civil War.
Mhm.
Give a very brief synopsis.
Yeah, let's get a synopsis here.
Michael.
Okay, so Civil War synopsis. The beginning of Civil War starts, and it's kind of funny. It's like a reality-based TV show that's being filmed with a bunch of younger superheroes, and there's a camera crew following them around. And so they stumble upon this like little building with like superpower villains, a couple of them, like 6 maybe.
Yeah.
So like, hey, this will be a good break. Like, make sure the cameras are rolling. And so they kind of go in there half-cocked because they're kids, and they fuck up. Everything goes, awry. Everyone runs away, and so one of the villains named Nitro, his power is to blow himself up and reconstitute himself, which is kind of badass. So he runs away, and I don't think the camera crew's following him. But it's just the story is he runs to like a nearby area where school is, and they're like kind of having the monologue, and teenage superhero's like, I got you now, and the guy's like, no, you done goofed, and then just exploded himself in this huge crater, killed everyone around him, including the kids at the school, and like it was pretty intense, and then that prompted the government to be like, all right, like we need to like regulate this shit. So then the government goes in, and so then it's kind of splits the superhero community down the middle, because on one half, which is led by Captain America, they're like, we're anti-registration. We do this because it's what we do. We do it. We don't work for the government. This is us as citizens making sure the place is safe, whatever.
And our identity is valuable because you would have to be registered as a human, as a person. Having this identity, but you are known to the public your true identity.
There is no secrets.
And to them, it is very valuable to keep that under wraps because they have people who want to kill them and the people that they know, their families, whatever.
I mean, they do offer like some protection, but it's still almost for Captain America. It's a lot of it. It's principle, and I'll get into that.
Captain America's storyline is cool because he is operating basically. There's this woman whose son dies, right?
Are you talking about Tony Stark?
Tony Stark, yes.
Yeah, Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man. It's a woman whose son dies and basically is telling him like
part of like that explosion at the elementary school.
Yeah, part of the explosion. She's basically saying like, this is what's right, like, this person, like, killed my son, basically, and it's like...
Well, basically, like, he made Iron Man feel good, like, this is on you.
Yeah.
Like, this is your fault.
Yeah. And that's why Iron Man is pro-registration.
Pro-registration, because he feels like he's able to change things. In his mind, he's like, I can make things so this never happens again. And so you get the split, and that's why it's called Civil War. So you get friends fighting friends, all that stuff, people switching sides. But then it brings us to Spider-Man a little bit, who is a major player in Civil War.
He's kind of the... it looks like what they're going to be using for Spider-Man's role is Black Panther.
What do you think about Spider-Man?
Well, Spider-Man's going to be in it, but I don't know what
he might be in it.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure that he's going to be in it.
I really hope, because... I mean...
When they first announced that it was going to be Civil War, they announced Black Panther to be in that role.
Yeah, but then that was before they announced Spider-Man.
Yes.
So then it might...
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Black Panther is pretty cool.
Because Black Panther also has a kind of significant role in it also.
Well, Black Panther is in charge of, like, another country somewhere else. So I don't know how... I mean, maybe Marvel probably could have tied it into it. Yeah. But Spider-Man's role in Civil War is one of my favorites. And that's the one that I specifically read, because at the time, the Marvel Comics was all... Like, you can read Wolverine Civil War and Captain America Civil War. So I got Spider-Man in the mail Civil War. And so you saw his journey, and he was originally pro-registration. Because he wanted...
This is the first time he comes out in public. He does a press conference and unmasks himself to the public.
And like all of the villains like shit the pants. They're like, it's Peter Parker this whole time. J. Jonah Jameson's like, what? Like, obviously very confused.
Yeah, because that's
it's like what? So like everything gets revealed, and then he gets protection. Like he Aunt May and Mary Jane are like kind of protected by Tony Stark and his whatever. But then he switches sides because he realizes that all the heroes that are being rounded up that are anti-registration, Iron Man and his team has put them in the negative zone, which is like not part of Earth. There's no Earth jurisdiction, and they're just held there forever until they conform. So Spider-Man's like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this. Like, this is so crazy. Like, you can't... Like, there's no due process. There's no laws. There's nothing. You're just there like an internment camp. Like, this is prison for life. And so he didn't agree with it. He switches over, and that was a cool transition. But then, like, it was a cool way to witness the story because you get the pro and the cons for both sides. So, anyways, that's kind of a summary of what happens in Civil War.
Yeah, that's basically... And then,
people die.
Yeah, without giving away the ending or anything, that's... a lot of teams within the Marvel Universe are split. The Avengers are split. Fantastic Four is split.
Defenders
are split. Everybody's split.
So do you think we're going to see, like, Fantastic Four?
No.
No, you don't think so.
Guarantee we don't.
Well, they have that movie coming out this year that... Honestly, like, I'm down to watch it. I love Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They have another one coming out.
Is it like a sequel?
No, it's got to be after Civil War. But it's soon. It's like maybe...
They already signed for a sequel before everything happened?
Yeah, it's already on 2017.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I love Fantastic Four. The other movies were kind of like, whatever. That was before, like, the superhero boom really was good. So I was like, whatever, it was what it is, what it is.
I enjoyed them, but yeah, they were just kind of like...
Yeah.
So anyway, knowing that there's going to be a major divide that is a result of Civil War, what does that mean, possibly, for the Avengers and any other future?
Do we know what other movies we will have before then? Another Iron Man, right?
We know what happens before and after. But thus far, it's the last Captain America movie, right? There's no other
That's
Captain
been
America
announced.
central movies.
After that and before Avengers,
Yeah.
Thor,
Ragnarok.
um,
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy
Black
2,
Panther.
which is probably, I think, the next one after Civil War is Guardians.
No, that's 2017.
Or is it Thor?
Oh, it's Thor's.
I think it's Thor and then Guardians.
Black Panther 2, I think.
Black Panther,
And then we have
What about
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel.
That's right.
who's
Oh,
that?
Doctor Strange,
Yeah,
but I
Doctor
think that's
Strange, what I was
after.
gonna say.
That might be after.
Yeah. Doctor Strange is in
It's not for a while.
Civil War 2, but he only says,
Doctor Strange's role
Don't
in Civil
even-
War is just like.
yeah. He's like, don't even get me started.
He's just like.
That's
I'm just
what he
gonna-
says?
He basically just like, I'm gonna chill over here, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like, my finger could destroy every single one of you.
Yeah, he can do so many things. He just goes up north and just meditates. In the comics, he's like, I'm just meditating for peace. I'm like, whatever, Doctor Strange, get out of here. You're not compelling right now.
All right, differences that will 100% be different. Thor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thor in the comics up to this point of Civil War is dead, and the government creates a fake Thor,
Like an android clone.
like an android clone of Thor, which kills.
It's not in the It's not in the movies, but it kills his name is Bill Foster,
Yeah,
who is Hank Pym's protege, who's like Giant Man.
Yeah.
After Hank Pym.
basically
became
the
Ant-Man.
opposite of Ant-Man.
And in the comics, Thor like kills him.
The fake
and
Thor.
and then that's a blow to the superhero administration side because they're like, what have we done?
Yeah.
Like we fucked up Hans.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
That'll be different for sure.
There probably won't be a bombing at a children's school.
That might.
Yeah,
that's
What's the
true.
catalyst? What's going to
What
be the
is
catalyst?
it gonna be?
see, I don't know because as soon as they said that, I was thinking like, oh, they're not going to do that. But then
I guess like as far as like the climate of
yeah,
that's
it's
probably
not really
too close
good.
to home.
But then I was thinking like, that's perfect though. That's
Well-
exactly why that should be it because
Yeah.
it's so controversial.
Yeah.
That's the
I
whole
almost
point of
think-
this, right?
One thing I just thought of. Were the visions that Scarlet Witch gave them, could any of those have been part of Civil War?
Not Thor.
Remind
Not
me
Thor, no.
exactly
Not
what-
Thor. Not
But
Captain
Iron
America.
Man's?
Iron Man's was Ultron. That was his vision. Was that movie? And Hawkeye didn't get a vision.
But Iron Man had a vision in Age of Ultron
yeah, his vision
that
was
all
the
of his
beginning.
friends were dead.
I
But
thought that was just
That was a
like
catalyst for
fun.
Ultron, though. I don't think that might have been tied into Civil War.
Right.
But who else? Hulk, maybe, but not really.
We don't know what Hulk saw.
But it just occurred to me that the events in Avengers, both movies, probably is enough for the government to be like, all right, you guys are like aliens coming in from the sky, freaking entire cities being lifted up and destroyed. Like, I think we need to, lock down. And it might be a global thing because that Avengers Ultron didn't even take place in the U.S. So we're doing all Civil War, and Black Panther was in Wakanda, whatever that country is. Like, it might be a global task force that's forced to like keep everyone in check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it might be different too.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm curious about how we're going to get into that because
Yeah,
I feel like everything up till now, going straight into Civil War, like
it's kind of a gear shift.
that's gonna be very different.
I mean, you could also argue that Civil War, it might not end in Civil War. Civil War might have,
Oh,
like, the
that's
things happen, and every movie after that is all Fallout.
That's
Could
true.
be.
Could be the end of Civil War is, like, a massive cliffhanger.
See, that's what I would like to see. I think I'd prefer that.
We haven't had a good cliffhanger in a movie in a while. Like, it's all been very predictable. So it would be a good cliffhanger at the end of Civil War. Like, we know the movies that are coming out, but we don't know anything what's going on in them.
Mm.
And so that would be a good thing.
But how do they start it? Will they use a school bombing?
No. They can't use the school bombing. And
Yeah.
they've done a good job of not
They
doing
might not
anything
just
exactly
for-
like the
for
comics.
Yeah.
originality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have to be different just
But,
for
the,
one's
but
sake.
what is so big? What is that big?
Yeah, because that's the thing. It has to be big.
Global annihilation twice. It was the
You're
Avengers events.
taking.
That has to be it.
Maybe
But
the
the-
Hulk kills someone.
But the audience is so.
That could be it.
That could
The Hulk-
happen too.
Well, the Hulk just kind of like, bye guys.
That's
He
true.
might not even be in Civil War. Is he in Civil War? Was he in the cast?
Hulk, I think, was.
I'm sure he will be.
I mean, not. It's not.
Civil War with
it's
Hulk would
just-
be really weird actually because he's not
He's not
conscious. He's not like,
Yeah.
like I can't imagine Hulk being a political player. He'd just be like, whatever you guys want me to do, I'll do.
Yeah, he's sort of,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he's
in
very
fact,
big
and
ball.
Bruce Banner's character would be like, no, I can't be here.
Yeah.
That like, I think that would make sense.
That's true.
Maybe.
I mean, he basically just did that.
Yeah. It's like
At the end of Age of Ultron, he straight flew away.
What is
In fact, we
Hulk's
might not
future?
see him for
for a while. Because he probably won't be in Captain America. He's definitely going to be later, but
But he comes the fuck out of nowhere, third quarter of the first Infinity.
oh, he just comes back. Oh, that's right. The Hulk was here.
At the very end of Infinity War Part 1, he comes in and saves somebody.
What if
and then
Hulk
they're like,
wears the
"Ah!"
Infinity Gauntlet?
Oh my god.
And then Infinity
Could he?
War Part 2. I don't know. Anybody could wear the Gauntlet.
Well,
You
you'd
just
have
need
to be
massive
able.
power.
You'd have to be able to handle it.
No, well, yeah, I guess so. Because not any of the people in the movies held the stone by themselves, but they held a thing that had the stone in it and willed the power that way. So the
just
Gauntlet
one.
could be a tool like that.
The ones who were able to handle just one had that power regardless.
Yeah. Thanos
Whether-
could do it. I think.
Like Thanos can hold all four of them. What's his name?
Well, maybe he can't even do it.
Well, what's his name in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Peter Quill.
Could no. What's his
We're
name?
all what?
What's his name?
Peter Quill.
No, the bad guy.
Oh, the bad guy. I remember it being really weird.
Well, he was able to hold one without.
Thranduil from Hobbit. That's who he was.
Yeah, he was able to hold one without his hammer.
For a
What movie
second.
What movie are you talking about?
Guardians of the Galaxy, the villain.
And Vision
Oh,
obviously
that
can hold one.
Yeah,
is-
purely
he
just
is
like
one.
without even any like
Yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's right. He is the embodiment of a stone.
Yeah, but not just anybody can handle the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't think.
That's true. Yeah.
That's why I
don't
took
know.
the combined powers of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Maybe
to hold
Hulk's
to
story
one.
arc allows him later on to.
It's possible.
He was like the hammer you have to be right.
Or Superman comes in.
Which stone
Man of
is,
Steel.
is Vision?
Which one? The Mind Gem.
Mind Gem.
It's right
which,
here.
which also gave Scarlet Witch her powers somehow. But I don't know where Quicksilver's powers came from at all.
Didn't they? They were both created from the same.
I mean, the Mind Gem makes sense if they're using the Mind Gem, the Scepter, to create Scarlet Witch, because hers is all about the mind and some telekinesis, I guess. But then Quicksilver's power, I don't know
Well, he's-
how they made him and what powers they
Well,
used.
he was like blue, right? Isn't like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was red
And he was
then
blue.
Jim was red, but he was all blue.
Oh, it's like a teleport thing.
I don't
Maybe
know if
that's
it was-
maybe.
Could be.
Maybe they have another gem, like the space gem bends
Hmm.
space so they can travel.
Oh, maybe that's how he's.
I don't know. That's the one that was in the Avengers.
We'll
actually,
probably
so-
never
Yeah.
find out.
No.
Yeah.
He's dead.
So I think we still have one stone at least unaccounted for.
Yes.
Which might be the plot of another
And
movie.
there's only
one's that?
one unaccounted for.
I think so. I think we have.
There's only
the-
4. There you go.
I think there's 5 total. We have the mind. We have space. We have the one that was in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that was just power.
Mhm.
And then
Wait, what's space?
space is the teleport in the Avengers because it meant space so that they can go directly to Earth.
Oh,
Like
that's
space,
what
like
That was
Rocket
that
Man
Tesseract
space
was a
currently.
gem.
Oh, yeah, the Tesseract.
Yeah.
That was.
So we have 3. I don't know what the last 2 were. Oh, there was one in Thor.
Yeah.
The second Thor movie, which I've only seen once and I don't remember it, but I know there was a stone. In, so we're just one unaccounted for.
I really liked that one.
See, I would say that's
Thor
the one sort of flaw.
Well,
of this whole
Which
series is that like the average audience member
It's hard to follow.
probably is not as like
Keeping
I mean,
up with that.
We're pretty up on this, and we're not even.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
completely.
I
opposite.
almost like it. I mean, I understand because it's just a lot of the stuff is based in comics,
Right,
and
exactly.
they kind of throw it in the movie and just expect you to.
Yeah.
And I think actually it's doing a really good job because you guys like the movies,
Yeah.
but for different reasons
No,
and for
yeah.
at different levels. And I think it does a good job of applying to all audiences.
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
Because
There's like an
these-
overall plot line that's going on that may not be completely relevant all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it almost
That's
has
hard.
different levels for different like
For
audience members.
however much you want to
Yeah.
enjoy it, you can.
You gotta have
Yeah.
people
Exactly
who
that
are
much.
just like, okay, so I get it. They need these
hmm
different stones. They do
That's gonna
different
make that
things,
guy
and then it's
powerful.
gonna-
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But the
then-
gauntlet in the after credit scene or the
Mhm.
mid credit scene of Age of Ultron only had 4 slots.
Did it? Oh, you
Yeah.
only saw 1, 2, 3.
Maybe,
Maybe
you
there's
just
like a
didn't
thumb.
see the.
Maybe, I don't know, but I only saw 4.
I doubt they would like get rid of a whole gem. Just
I mean,
for
there's
their
6
own-
in the comics, I think, so they're
Oh,
already
really?
getting rid of 1. I think
Oh,
they're
okay,
sticking with
maybe.
5. I think there's
Maybe
only.
they
I think
would.
there's.
Yeah.
6.
There
I
are
think
only
there was
4
one
slots as far
in
as
the
I
middle,
can
and then
remember.
5 for the fingers or something. I don't know. I haven't actually read that comic, The Infinity Wars,
Mm.
but
I didn't even notice that there was anything on his hand.
oh yeah,
Picks
he
it
doesn't
up at the
grab.
very
yeah,
end. He says, "I guess
oh.
I'll do this myself," and then he picks it up and it has 4 slots in it.
By the way, what is he doing himself?
Thanos.
Thanos
He's
collecting
getting
the gems.
Thanos wants
He's
to be
having-
the master of the
Infinity
Did
universe.
you see
Stone.
Thor? I mean,
Guardians of the
Guardians of
Galaxy.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was
It's like
kind of
a
like
whole-
Thanos' unveiling.
Right.
Because his whole plot line
Wait.
in the comics doesn't make any sense for the movies.
They revealed him in Avengers.
Technically they
him.
they
Yeah,
showed
actually
him.
does things.
But Guardians, like,
But he didn't turn into Josh Brolin until Guardians of the Galaxy.
They didn't know that's true.
Yeah, because in the comics, his whole reasoning is that Death in the Marvel Universe is like a literal embodiment. It's someone named Death. And Thanos is in love with Death.
Yeah,
And to
yeah,
prove
but
his
this-
love, he needs to have all stones and be a massive universe, and only then. And so, I don't know, in the end of the Avengers, that the little assistant guy, after the events of the movie, they lose. This is the guy's back to Thanos, and he's like, they're unruly, you can't rule them. To challenge them would be to court death. And then that's when you see, like, Ultron, like, turn and smile at the camera. So I don't know if that was, like, is he actually courting death in the
Yeah.
movies? But if that was a throwaway line for the comic book nerds, I don't know. So,
That's,
it might be...
maybe it's another case of the comic book
The
readers
Mondays.
will be like,
What?
yes, the case of the Mondays.
That's
Like, for people who get that, they're like, oh, he's courting death.
Yeah, like, I
but
get
like,
Mhm.
for other people, it's just like,
Oh, he's courting death.
Courting death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so that was a weird throwaway line, and I don't know if they're going to run with it.
Yeah. Because Thanos, up to this point, has only ever had somebody else try to retrieve the gems for him.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about Thanos as a character as people who are only watching the
Right,
movies.
yeah, we only-
So it's very possible
Yeah.
that
we could-
when Thanos actually becomes a main villain in a single movie,
Mm.
we learn that about him.
I didn't think about that. I really want to know more
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah,
That's
I thought
gonna
the
be-
Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be.
That's going to be Infinity War, right?
probably. Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Infinity War
Guardians
Part
2.
1 and 2 is the thing.
I hope they do like a movie like the sixth book of Harry Potter, where it's all about Voldemort. It's all the flashbacks and past. I hope they do that, like side by side with something that's happening in another movie. So
Yeah, I
somehow
think-
correlates.
I would like that before we get another Avengers, or like before the Infinity War.
It has to, I
because
feel like it
wanna-
has to happen before Infinity
I
War.
want to care about the villain first. I think that was a huge problem.
Maybe Infinity War Part
Right.
1 is where you get like the flashback.
That's
Infinity
what
War
I'm
Part
thinking.
2 is like the
That
final
makes
battle.
that makes sense. That's a
But you got Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and that's the one that
Yeah.
Thanos is kind of a part of. So maybe
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
something.
he was a part of it before, but is he part of it
right.
now? Because I mean, I guess
That was the only movie he's been a direct.
in Guardians of the Galaxy they have one of the Infinity Stones. So I
Yeah.
guess any property where an Infinity Stone has been found and locked away
Mhm.
is fair game for him to be attacking at this point, because now we know he is on the hunt himself.
Right.
So, do you guys think we're gonna see him do those things before Infinity War, or do you think that'll be included?
I think at the end of Infinity War Part 1, completely speculation,
Yeah.
he will acquire all of the Infinity Stones at the end, and then
Yeah.
the entire second movie will be he is all powerful. Holy
he
shit,
did that.
we need everybody.
Really, you think it's gonna be?
Yeah.
That'd be a cool way to do it, because then that's almost like
So that
the.
means you get to go into the second one just straight. It's all just
Straight
a fight.
fight.
It's just the
Yeah.
fight, and then yeah, that's what they did with all those like. Hey, look at this one thing. We'll split it into two. The second half was always crazy.
Yeah.
And battle and like story stuff in the first one.
Harry
was,
Potter.
Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
that's exactly. It's like
Yeah,
just,
Harry Potter.
just kind of dicking around in the first movie.
yeah.
Well, they were the first ones to do that.
Yeah.
Split the
they were
last
the
one
first
into
one.
two.
Everyone was up in arms. I'm like, I almost liked it because then.
Well, I mean, they were the first ones to do it, and I think they were the last ones to do it right. Because everyone else has done it purely to make
Yeah,
more
to
money
make
on
it-
two movies.
Mm.
That one was literally, we're gonna set everything up so that the
Yeah.
last one's fucking
Oh.
epic.
I think it's because almost the Harry
Twilight
Potter movies
did.
screwed themselves.
No,
up.
did
yeah,
it?
Twilight.
Twilight needed one movie for the entire series because nothing
Honestly,
happened in
dude.
any of them.
I heard actually the last movie was really good.
That's the one I didn't watch
Oh.
because I was just done.
It's not that
None of them are really good.
No, I mean like really good in context of the.
Well, anything's really good in context of Twilight.
That's-
bad. They're just all over the place.
Yeah, but anyway,
Back to the. So Civil War, I guess, if we're taking it back to what might or may not happen and how it's going to impact the Marvel universe, cinematic universe, right?
I don't think it's gonna change anything. I don't think there's
What?
gonna be like any major deaths.
So you think it's going to be like Ultron was kind of? where it's
Yeah.
gonna-
I was
it's-
expecting Age of Ultron to end with them divided, actually,
Mm,
Yeah,
going
but-
to go into Civil War.
They planted
Well,
a seed. They definitely
Joss
planted a seed.
But I don't
like-
think they did.
He had to cut a lot from that movie.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
Who knows where.
So who knows
But-
what could have been?
But everything seemed to be all like smiles and sunshine at the end of
Well,
Ultron. like,
Tony drove off and was like, maybe I'll try politics. Maybe there's like a throwaway
Oh,
line.
yeah.
Captain America's training the New Avengers.
yeah.
Hulk's like, bye guys.
The New Avengers
The New Avengers is a
could
Hulk.
be the young.
Maybe, but
team.
Captain America's leading them with Black Widow, so I
Yeah.
feel like they would be responsible.
Civil War might just be the New Avengers versus the old
That's
guys.
true. In
That's-
which case,
Wow. Maybe. Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's definitely going to be Iron Man versus Captain America.
That's what
quote
I said.
unquote.
That's
but
that's the
Isn't that what
selling
you're
point.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Captain America's training
the
Yeah.
New
Oh.
Avengers headed. Oh, yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
Ah.
New Avengers headed by Captain
And
America.
then Iron Man would have the original Avengers.
It's
Or
Iron Man.
Who's left though?
who's left? No one cool.
Even Thor's like.
Thor's like, yeah,
Maybe,
Thor.
since they don't have Fantastic Four,
Mhm.
they're setting up Natasha and Hulk to be that.
Hmm.
Be what?
Well,
Whatever they do,
when they
should be
split,
something.
Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman
We're on different
end
sides.
up being on different sides.
Oh.
And it's after actually.
It's actually really like
Oh, it's
deep and
that-
emotional.
it's cool.
See,
She
well,
leaves
the
him
thing-
a really like sad letter about why like she thinks he's like
on the wrong side.
really on the wrong side and why they just can't continue.
I think that actually
See-
happened. Look at this.
If that does happen,
yeah,
though,
that's a really emotional
But
part.
here's the
I just showed goosebumps to the group. I was
Yeah.
This is what's gonna be really
Yeah,
bad.
you do that in every podcast.
Look at this. Look at this.
You actually you said that in the last one
Oh,
too.
God.
if that does happen, it's gonna be really disappointing because that would mean that's
Fuck that
why.
relationship, first of all.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, not that it is inherently a bad thing. I just think I don't think people really care
This is
about
because
it.
shoehorned in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that would honestly make sense as to why they were kind of pushing it really hard.
Yeah, that's true.
In this movie.
Yeah, or maybe it's Tony Stark and Pepper Potts.
Wait,
How sad Pepper or none of the supporting like girlfriends
Yeah,
are in this one.
yeah.
Jane
I-
Foster hasn't been in any of the Avengers, and
It-
she's like super smart.
Yeah, and also Thor.
What?
She's
no,
Thor now
what are we talking
Oh, in the comics.
in the comics.
Oh, well, if we're talking about
Spoiler
comics,
alert. I thought we didn't know who she was.
well, the
yeah. We
comics.
just found out.
Yeah.
Civil War comics is like 2005, so it's been at
Yeah.
least a decade
Yeah.
since Civil War happened. So if anything, that's like weird.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But she's doing some crazy stuff, right?
Who is
They
she- who
alluded
is
to
she?
it, and
I have no idea.
who would she be in the?
Jane Foster
Yeah.
in the movies.
Yeah, who
No,
is she?
Natalie
she's
Portman.
just Jane Foster. She's barely a
Oh,
player.
that's
Oh
Natalie
yeah.
Portman.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Natalie
Yeah, I
Portman.
didn't know.
Pepper Potts is way more of a character than Jane Foster is.
I think showing that split because Tony Stark would be like the leader of that side,
Yeah, that's true.
and he's working very closely with Mr. Fantastic in the comic. It's
Mhm.
basically
Oh, yeah.
the two of them
It's the
are
two of them are the-
like yeah,
And Hank Pym.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they're all the scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Four. That's Marvel Cinematic, right? Or is it not?
No, it's
It's
not.
not.
No, it's
But they're coming out with that movie.
That's Fox.
It's Fox. That's right. I was like, it's not
So they
Sony
could-
because
so
Sony
they could
could
be
have
with-
easily.
They can be with X-Men. Sony only has Spider-Man. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I thought. Fantastic Four's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, I would like
Marvel's
to see
first
them.
family.
I feel like that's the problem with that. Is I don't really care about them on their own.
No.
But if they were in someone else's movie, that'd be
Yeah, it would be cool.
awesome. I'd love to see that.
Just a little head nods, even if they're in it for a second. You're like, oh, I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
Doing something. Well, especially for Civil War, that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe nothing happens in Civil War. But there's so many players. They have to make something. They have so many actors and
Yeah.
so many signed casts. They can't just kind of blow it away.
Yeah.
This is what I feel like they have to do.
I
just
want
as a
Civil War to be what I
franchise.
wanted Avengers 2 to be.
Yeah, I want to see some significant deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Because
Not
because
gonna
we can't have another 5 years or however many years it's been
Chris Evans wants out.
of just everything that we've had. Like
Yeah.
it's
It
got to
has-
change.
there's
Things
gotta be a
have
catalyst.
to.
Yeah.
That has to be what it is.
There has to be. Well, there
Does
was.
it have to change? Because nothing's
Yes.
changed yet.
No, well,
That's,
because
that's my point. Is that
They're
we've
not
had
gonna
for
do
so
it.
long just sort of the same thing. Like they're finding
Yeah.
they're finding something.
Nothing has shaken the foundation
Yeah,
up to this
I want
point.
something to completely change everything.
And
we
yeah.
also had largely individualistic storylines.
Yeah.
Phase 1 was all individual. Phase 2, the few movies that were out were pretty centered, and then like Civil War might usher in a new like, hey, now we have groups in the individual movies,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and so now we can just.
But not only that, what I want going into Infinity Wars,
Mhm.
I don't want like the Avengers to build up so that when we get there, it's like, oh, they're really strong now. I want them to be at their weakest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Like that will make it interesting.
It would almost be cool to see like their rise and fall, and then the rise later would be
Right.
You know, it'd be like,
That's
oh, this is
Having
that's
to
gonna
rise
be
up
the
to
end.
Thanos
Yeah,
because
they have to trial by fire.
Well, at this point, since the very first Avengers movie, the Avengers still have no idea that Thanos even exists.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, in Ultron, they're like, someone's pulling these strings.
They don't know what the hell's going on.
Maybe.
They're just like, what are these gems? Thor's the only one who might know.
Despite Ultron's claims to not having any strings. Anybody remember? Anybody?
I do.
Okay.
thought
Well,
that
on
was-
that note.
That was just in the.
No, he
No, it
says
was.
it.
It was in.
It was in his first little like.
Yeah.
As they got
that's
rid of his first body, he's like,
that's
weakening,
right.
like, I got those strings, and then it goes on the
Yeah.
internet.
All right. Well, we're going to continue talking about this after the break. But before we go into the break, we are introducing a new segment on the Fangeared podcast, and it's going to be Tommy's 10-second movie reviews. Tommy, what are you going to be reviewing for us today?
A little movie comes out today. You might have heard of it. Jurassic Park 4.
Jurassic Park 4? I haven't heard of that.
It's called Jurassic World.
Oh, sorry.
Jurassic World?
Jurassic World.
That one I know. Okay. All right. Tommy's going to have exactly 10 seconds to tell us what he thought of the
You
movie.
tell him when to go, though.
And
You can
I
do it.
will tell you when to go. Second build, know your place.
Please.
It's like a 10 seconds. You gotta be ready.
You have 10 seconds.
Give me a countdown and please cut me off at 10 seconds.
I'm going to
Yeah.
count you off
It's a
at
one take.
exactly 10 seconds. One take.
This is it.
All right.
Jurassic
this-
World.
All right, ready?
Review. Coming
Ready.
at you.
No ums.
All right. On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's a fun summer movie. You should definitely see it in the theaters this summer. I can't get over this cheesy CGI. It's grotesquely violent. Do not take the little ones to come see it.
Stop.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm hooked.
All right. So
It says summer twice. It's
if
excessive.
that 10 seconds did
It's
anything
fun.
for you, negatively or positively, great. We'll see you after the break. All right, welcome back to the Fangeared podcast.
We're back. Welcome back.
Oh yeah, Tommy's gonna bring us back. Go ahead.
Welcome back to Finger Podcast, where we talk about Marvel movies.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, Tommy.
No,
Great job.
that's not what this is.
Anyway.
What else are we doing?
You gave that review of.
Right.
Yes.
Jurassic
Yes.
Park
Jurassic
4.
World.
Marvel
Jurassic
dinosaurs.
Park. The one with the big animals. That's the movie. That's the movie with the big animals.
Big
Gosh,
animals.
what the hell are you doing?
Anyway, we want to preface this second part of this conversation, which is the same topic. However, if you have not read Marvel's Civil War, the comic book, we are going to be talking about the end of that and whether or not that will happen in the movie. So if you don't possibly want the movies being spoiled, although this is all speculation, or that comic spoiled for you, stop listening now. All right.
All right.
Explain that.
I guess what I'm going to talk about is the end of Civil War and the lead into another comic aftermath, which is kind of important. So, the end of Civil War happens, and the big thing is that Captain America surrenders because he believes that he comes to the realization that what he's doing isn't what he thought he was doing. He kind of realized that like there's a lot of destruction. He's like, why are we even fighting? So he gives up. He tells everyone on his side to stand down, like they lost, and he willingly goes into custody and then gets taken to prison. And then at his hearing or his trial, he's walking up Capitol Hill, and Red Skull at this point hired someone to snipe Captain America, kill him basically. But they did it in a kind of cool way. A little side note, but he died saving someone else's life, or that's a whole nother. Basically, Captain America dies, and so so I think that at the end of Civil War in the movie, because I've noticed Chris Evans is questionable about his continuation in his role as Captain America, it might be a possibility for him to die at the end of Civil War. And so that's that. That's the little summary.
Also taking into account right now in the current Marvel universe, Falcon has taken up the mantle of Captain America.
And Bucky
That's
has done so in the
yes.
past as well.
Both are established characters within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Completely possible that either one of those, especially Bucky, considering his storyline isn't over as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, no.
And in Captain America 3, he could not only be basically brought back over to the good side, but then also take up that mantle.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened in the events. Captain America died, and the person who took it up is Bucky right then.
Yeah.
So it's changed hands a few times, but it's very viable that at the end
It could be either one of them.
could be either one. It could be open-ended. You know, there's a lot of possibilities. So
I think, I don't know. They're really gonna have a hard time killing off Captain America, though.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's such a popular character now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ever
I feel
since
like
his second movie.
that's true. His second movie was really good.
Really good.
Winter Soldier was
Yeah.
really good. I think but it might be. I mean, it might be so perfect. It might be perfect because you don't lose the Captain America character. You just lose the person who
Right.
made it, who he is. And it might even elevate Captain America's status in the Avengers. Whoever takes it up, he becomes a mantle superhero, someone who has to embody a certain amount of characteristics, as opposed to just a guy
Yeah.
who just naturally
No,
does.
I like it because then we can see either. I would like to see Falcon.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in the movies because then we see him trying to like live up to
Mhm.
Captain America and trying to embody those things,
Mhm.
and that to me is way more interesting than
Maybe
just
encounter some racism.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's true.
Well,
Well,
probably more in real life.
that's the other thing, as I think it's more likely that Bucky would pick it up, just because it's less controversial. And Marvel,
honestly, the sad part.
That would
is
be
that's-
lame.
it's that, and I know
That would
Marvel is in a position to do that because they're like people will still pay money
Yeah.
to go see their movies. Like it's
Yeah.
not a big, but I think they're doing a lot of controversial stuff in the comics already. So I think the movies they can play it a little bit safer and still incorporate stuff later on.
Yeah.
But I think Bucky would be a safe bet for someone to take over, especially since we've seen him close with Captain America. It's his friend. It's someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
But so is
looks-
Falcon.
Falcon is his friend, but almost only since the second movie and a little bit in Ultron. Like you don't see that relationship as much as you've seen Bucky.
Yeah.
It would be a more meaningful mantle overtake. Don't get me wrong. I want to see Falcon.
What's the relationship between Falcon and Bucky? Are they
Not
do they ever
much.
interact?
I don't think
or-
so.
I mean, just as superheroes, just doing superheroes. So Bucky's actually a controversial hero because he's kind of like an anti-hero.
Yeah. See, I think that could almost be interesting if Captain America dies and then we have both of them.
Oh, like a
sort
power
of-
vacuum?
Yeah, almost like.
They both want to be Captain
Yeah.
America.
That's
what I'm
Civil
saying,
War.
like,
No.
almost like-
I want to be Captain America.
That's
No,
the
I
category.
do. Civil War.
10 minutes in, we get all of Civil War, Captain America dies, and then it's just.
The rest of
Yeah.
Just like, no, me.
Just
Duking
the
it
two
out.
of them. And it's the two teams are who do they want to be?
Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody who's on Bucky's side is just a bunch of racists.
Oh.
Send in your spec scripts now.
Yes. Yeah.
Marvel.com.
Marvel.com, yes. So you can post them all in the message board.
Yeah, so that's my prediction for how Civil War is going to influence the rest of the cinematic universe because it's just enough of a shake-up to shake things up,
Yeah.
but not enough to influence the story, the overarching story in any real way.
Hmm?
So that might be a
Alright.
safe bet for Marvel to do.
Well, I like it. We'll see you next week.
Great.
But
We gotta-
wait, before we go,
Okay. Oh, wait. You guys have something to say?
that makes sense,
Mhm.
but
Oh, God. Here we go.
Here
we go.
Kidding.
Marvel's not going to kill any of their heroes.
Why?
Because that's sweet money. Those
Yeah.
action figures.
You heard of a show called Game of Thrones?
That's very
Right.
different.
But they make their money from killing people off, surprisingly. Marvel makes their money from the superheroes continually winning and everybody being happy at the end.
Tommy, a good friend of mine once said, make the money, don't let the money make you. Change the game, don't let the game change you. Macklemore.
Macklemore.
And Ryan Reynolds.
Um,
Is he still alive?
Who?
What?
Macklemore?
He's still alive?
Still-
Probably somewhere.
Is he around?
I don't know.
He's like the Hulk. He just disappeared in a jet somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
kind
kinda-
Yeah, I think he was actually with the Hulk.
He was in the back like, hey, let's go.
He was with the Hulk and Batman.
Flying away in a
Oh,
jet.
yeah.
I kind of agree with Tommy in the sense that like Marvel has made
Yeah.
very safe bets.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I was trying to think who's died so far.
Nobody.
There's
Yeah,
nobody's
nobody
died.
died.
Quicksilver.
Only villains. in
Quicksilver did die, but yeah.
But even him, they kept him very like.
Yeah.
Did not want to develop him at all.
Yeah, that's
he,
true.
he was mostly a bad guy throughout the movie.
He might
Yeah.
have
I
been
mean,
the first
I don't think he was
Marvel.
a bad guy, but he was. Yeah.
He was working
mostly-
against the
yeah.
heroes.
No,
but
because he
wasn't-
was always like sort of like
It was just
in
a
the
personal
dark about
vendetta.
what's really going on.
It was only a personal thing. Yeah.
Well, that hardly counts.
Yeah. I think besides the villains, he's
See, that's so disappointing.
even
because I
Loki
want-
kind of died, but then died at the end of Thor. and
Yeah.
the Avenger kind of.
Yeah, they have that huge scene where Loki dies after they become friends again, and then he's alive and killed their dad. Probably.
Yeah. Spoilers, I guess. No.
I gotta watch that movie again.
It's a good movie. I like that one actually.
Which
I
one?
really like Thor
Yeah,
2.
no,
Thor 2.
Yeah.
Thor 2.
I
Yeah.
fell asleep in the theater.
So did I.
Never.
We
Really?
got too drunk.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, yeah, we all three saw it, didn't we?
Yeah, we saw it together.
Oh yeah, that's
Me
what,
and
I
Joe
liked
remember,
it.
Like 2 things.
Me and
I
Joe
remember.
both fell asleep, but you
Oh,
loved it.
they fell asleep, and for me, it was the best
But
Marvel
it wasn't.
movie.
But it wasn't boring.
No,
No,
it was
it's
good.
just-
No, it was just midnight.
Here-
I think of it. I
returns.
think of it as Lord of the Rings in space.
It was. I remember it being really cool. I've only seen it once. I own the movie. I just got it for Christmas because I realized it's the only Marvel movie I've
Well,
seen.
we're gonna watch that after we watch Interstellar, which we talk about in
Mhm.
every podcast. How we still
Hey,
haven't
we're
watched
actually
it.
I see that.
We also need a decanter.
Yeah. You guys
I
don't
bring
get
that
it.
up.
Uh,
But
Every time we open up a
Podcast.
bottle of wine, he's like, "You know what we need to get? A decanter."
it's some fancy. It's you pour the wine in it. It's like it has a,
We've
like a
gone through this
sprout,
so many
and then it like
times.
widens out at the bottom. It's like a really bottom thing, and it allows more surface area of the wine to interact with the air, and it's supposed to make the wine taste better.
Yeah, so it can breathe more.
And you
better.
can cork it, just like a wine bottle. It's just
Yes, we've explained that multiple times on the Communication Hill podcast.
Is that like how you know what dregs are?
I don't know.
Dregs?
Like the stuff
That's
that
like when you
goes
don't
with-
wash your hair and like.
No, those are
That's a dread.
Oh.
dreadlock.
Dregs. Never mind. It's off topic.
Anyway, now the hashtag tangent.
This podcast brought to you by wine.
Yes, all wine.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I
about to
think
get in the wine
I
business.
think
but anyway.
if we're circling it back, I think if they were going to do a shakeup, that's the opportunity.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's arguably the only opportunity they're going to have until things get really hairy in the war. But like Civil War, like the build up all the heroes, the only build up, the only like thing that they could do is have a major character die. Or
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only opportunity they have, to be honest. Everything up until this point has been adding. They haven't subtracted anybody. So Civil War is the thing a little bit with
Yeah.
Captain America.
I mean,
and you
what's-
still get the marketable character. You just don't get Chris Evans as you don't get Steve Rogers
Yeah.
as Captain America. So you kind of get both
Oh, that's
directions. You get both ways. You get the marketable character, but you lose the character. You still get the he dies.
Yeah.
We know him. We feel.
Just a different actor.
hmm
It's Doctor Who.
But on the other hand, I feel like Captain America's story still has a lot to develop. You get those flashbacks in Ultron.
Yeah.
You get his.
I mean,
there's still
that
a little
could,
bit to be done.
Yeah, can they do all of that while doing the Civil War plotline and the Bucky plotline
Well, okay, if we're looking
in one
at it,
movie?
I mean, if we're looking at it as a Captain America movie,
So,
it's Captain America and Bucky and Falcon and Black Widow maybe.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 that are like in the Captain America movies.
Yeah.
Everyone else is extra.
Yes.
So if it might be a perspective thing, and they might not be billed for that often of screen time. Like,
That better be a
Like-
3.5 hour movie.
well, because I mean, Ultron was pretty long, and even then, like Rhodes was in it for a second. Falcon wasn't even in the major battle. Like he was still billed. He was still there.
Yeah, he was.
yeah, he was.
Falcon wasn't in the major battle.
He was in the
he
major
showed
battle.
up for what?
He showed up at the very end and helped.
No, he was the only time you see Falcon was at the party and at the end when they're talking about the new Avengers. But he was not in the final battle.
It was War
It was
Machine.
War Machine.
Oh, it was War
And then I was
Machine.
thinking, I was like,
That
where is he? Where's
wow,
Falcon?
I'm so sorry. I'm
But
so
then,
sorry.
but then in the party, I mean, in the
Wow.
Not all superheroes look the same.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what he was thinking.
a
Don't
gray, a gray superhero.
Yeah, great.
It's
No,
a great
a
one.
little darker shade in that.
No, I mean, I was kind of disappointed. But I think it's kind of set up in the party. He's kind of like, I'm not part of your superhero thing. I'm working with you. I'm working on our missing persons case.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like you're a psych. So
Isn't Falcon's thing green?
no,
What color is his suit?
it's gray.
It's
It's
gray.
gray and then just mostly whatever he
I
wears.
thought it was green.
No.
Isn't it just the wings?
It's the wings and like a chest piece.
Yeah,
against
yeah.
it.
I thought he had like a upside down triangle green piece on his
You're
chest.
thinking of
That's Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, of course. Right.
No,
You're
it's
thinking
always-
of like Hawk Girl.
Huh?
Hawk Girl.
Hawk girl. maybe.
No. No, I thought.
She's
Not
got
DC.
green wings.
Guys, I'm colorblind.
That's true.
Yeah.
But gray is
Shouldn't
great.
you know this
Yeah, how do
by
you know
now?
what
Why-
green looks
Yeah.
like?
You know what? There might be red, and you might have seen green.
Maybe.
There might have been some red like
Idiot.
designs.
Could have been it. Hey.
Getting personal.
Who knows?
Anyway.
But I mean, I think that's the only viable thing. I think if they're gonna do the movie as a Captain America movie, they can still do it and have the supporting characters be a part of the world.
Mhm.
But I don't think they'll be as top billed as the Avengers. They won't get as much screen
But
time. maybe.
but what I mean is if Captain America has existing plot lines going on
Mhm.
and he is supposed to die,
Mhm.
will we be able to tie that all up while doing the Civil War plots in
Yeah.
one movie?
That's a lot. But Ultron was packed,
It was.
and so if they're only concentrating on those 2 things, it might be doable. If they do it right, they do
That
flashbacks.
works.
They do flashbacks coincided with scenes that are like.
And who's doing it? Is it still the team, the two guys?
Oh, who wrote Winter Soldier?
Writing it.
Lloyd
yeah.
Miller.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they
I think
wouldn't.
so.
I have
It
no
should be.
idea.
Because they did a fucking amazing job.
Yeah, why would they get rid of
There's
them?
no reason why they would change it, yeah.
I don't know.
And yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe it could.
It's all speculation.
This all makes sense, given that it is a Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Civil
it's-
War is just the
It's the backdrop.
The title, yeah.
it's the same as Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It's the backdrop.
It could
So
be. I mean, you got all those heroes. Maybe the Civil War is way less.
yeah, it's probably not going to be a huge.
Maybe not even a superhero.
That'd be
registration
disappointing.
act.
That would be disappointing.
I mean, the catalyst could be different, and the reason for this war could be different. But
It's the Russo brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Well-
Usef brothers.
Civil War probably.
Wait, what's their names?
Now that we're talking about it, I'm thinking it's probably not going to be a huge thing. Because it's all leading up to Infinity War, Part 1
right,
and 2.
Civil War would be
That's
kind
what all
of.
the Marvel movies are leading up to.
It would be very kind of a superfluous story. It's just kind of like add this in, take it out, moving on.
That's what I don't want it to
Yeah, so I think Civil War has to center around something else.
It's
be.
It
But
can't be
it's-
superhero registration.
it's
That would
gonna
be-
it's gonna be centered around Captain America.
Oh yeah, yeah. But what?
Yeah, but that's just
But
because
what?
he's
What's the
main-
conflict?
It's gonna be from his point of view.
No, wait. The plot is superhero registration.
Yeah, I think it
that's
definitely will
confirmed. It is
Yeah.
as part of the
I
plot.
mean, I think they set that up in Avengers. I think that's what
it would. Yeah,
creating superheroes and with them being able to make more.
that's true.
I think that's
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good setup. I think I agree. Yeah, I think that's good. It's just gonna be weird.
Yeah, we definitely have to have some like time pass or something though.
Time will
Like
pass.
just to jump into that.
I mean-
what movies do we have? Ant-Man and then
We have a yeah, I was gonna
Ant-Man's coming
say.
up this summer. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what?
That's next month.
Ant-Man might slide under the radar. It might be really important.
Yeah.
It could.
It might be the catalyst for Civil War.
Is it Hank
Wow.
Pym?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's another hero. But I think
So
Hank
what's his
Pym is
name?
that old guy, Michael Douglas.
Hank Pym, Michael Douglas is Hank Pym. And
Oh.
So he's like a legacy.
in the
hero.
comics, Hank Pym gives up the mantle to
Bill Foster
the person who who
is in the movie. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd is playing.
Okay.
So this is it's canon to the
Yeah.
based on
Okay.
the books, but it's later on
Yeah.
because we start with Hank Pym,
Right.
and then later on he gives it.
Hank
up
Pym
to-
is kind of a douche.
Yeah, well, there was no way
Yeah.
there was no way they could have made Hank Pym.
Yeah. I mean, he's really cool as like a non-white beating person.
Yeah.
But
Are we
you
all?
can't sell that in that kind of.
Yeah.
Wait, that's Michael Douglas.
Michael
Michael
Douglas's
Douglas.
character was like a wife beater, and he was like pretty much a crazy person.
Did he used to
Supposedly, we actually don't
Ant-Man?
know.
Is that
Maybe
what
it's
the
different.
deal
Yeah.
is? That he
And
was.
then I
He was
think-
Ant-Man, and he
Okay.
gives it up to Paul Rudd's character in Ant-Man the movie.
I wonder what they're going to reference in the Avengers. Ant-Man seems to be very disconnected, only because we're coming out of the Age of Ultron with no references in any
Yeah.
past movies to anything that's going to happen in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was the same way, and it turned out to be amazing. So
Maybe
that could be the super registration.
Maybe that's where the fifth stone comes from. From
The
Ant-Man
Shrink
movie.
Stone.
from Ant-Man.
Unless we just have him getting those. What's him getting those stones?
Thanos.
Just like Thanos, like on his own somewhere,
In Infinity War.
like in a different
Mm.
way than we
Yeah.
see the other stones. Like
That's true.
That's like his own adventures or something, trying to get it out.
Yeah.
What if Edgar?
The Adventures of Thanos. And friends.
Friends. What if Edgar Wright wanted Ant-Man to be about Hank Pym?
Oh, maybe that's why they decided, like, no, all right.
What if he wanted the Ant-Man to be Hank Pym?
I think he just wanted to be weird and artistic. And Marvel's like, nah, we want to
Play it safe.
we want to
Play it safe.
Well, I mean, that's in the direction.
Yeah, that's what it
Mm.
is.
But Joss Whedon said that his script was the best Marvel script he had ever written, or he had ever read.
Who?
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon
Whedon
said
said
that
that.
Edgar Wright's Ant-Man script was the best Marvel script he had ever
Do we
written.
know that they're not? still
They're not using that one.
They're not.
No. It's a completely different script. And it's not the best anymore.
It's not the best, but we don't know what it
if
is.
you read this one and was like, it's better.
Yeah, Joss Whedon never Oh, I guess if he's. What if he? Yeah, what if he did? What if he did?
Yeah, you think he
Maybe-
might come out and say... Well, he had said
Yeah.
this after the Switch.
Oh,
So
he hasn't seen the new story.
Is
maybe he
this-
has, and he only said that like
You
the
probably
old
need
one
to.
was
He's
better.
probably bound by some legal contract to not badmouth anything.
Yeah,
He's
probably.
this movie
Well,
sucks.
because that is his way of saying.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
the best.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not as good.
Yeah, I didn't say it was bad. I said the other one was the best.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah, that's
It could just be that Edgar Wright wanted Ant-Man to be its own movie, but Marvel wants to tie it in.
Well, that's the problem with
Yeah.
Ultron was Joss Whedon had to Marvel's like, no, put this in. He's like, it doesn't work. And he's like, put it in. And I'm like, all right. And then he like the whole Thor scene where he's like, spazzing out in the lake.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there was a lot more to
Yeah.
that made it make sense.
Yeah, Joss Whedon was forced to like tie all the stuff in.
I really hope we get to see his cut of it.
Ragnarok's
Like,
going to be, I
everything
think,
he
really
wanted.
cool. First of all, Ragnarok is the apocalypse in Norse mythology. So that already is going to be. That's like, Ragnarok is the thing that they lead up
Isn't he
to.
also a Pokemon?
No.
Reggie Rock.
Regirock.
Close enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Civil War, if anything, will be the last movie that they play it safe with. Maybe.
Ragnarok.
No, Civil War.
Civil
Civil War comes out before Ragnarok. Ragnarok
what's
might deal
the-
with.
If
world
there's
changing.
any time that they should be shaking it up,
It's
it's Civil War.
now's the time, right? We're all like, what's next?
This is
Like, give us
beginning
more.
of Phase 3, right? That's what this is.
We have already Phase 3 will
Those-
begin with Ant-Man.
Yeah, so that'll be first, and then Civil War second, right? But not until 2016.
Yeah,
No.
basically
Is that
next
how it
May.
works? Is that?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, 2016
Yeah, I think
is
it's just a,
Civil War is after
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
it's
Next
like a
after
year
Ant-Man. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Ant-Man's now, and then Civil War is next
Civil War,
summer.
and then Thor and then Guardians.
27. Yeah, Guardians is 2017.
Yeah.
That's another year after that. But there's Black Panther and all that stuff. There's, I mean, I can't pretend to know the minds of the Marvel higher ups, but they've done a good job so far.
Yeah.
No, I gotta trust them at this
I
point.
mean, but at this, I mean, then you fall into the trap of like you trust them at this point, but at what like. They can't continue the course.
They're
Like, we're not going to be hooked
steam.
anymore. We're not going to listen. We're not going to be involved anymore because they played safe too much, right?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not going to be able to. It has something has to
Yeah.
happen
I would say that I was disappointed in the lack of things like that happening
in Ultron.
in Ultron.
Yeah,
I liked it.
and I
it was a
hope-
nice safe movie.
yeah,
No stakes.
Right. I hope that's what they sort of learn is that they can make a movie and make $1 billion off of it.
Yeah.
People don't care going into it.
Yeah.
Like at this point, we're just like, yeah, we trust Marvel. We want to see something good. So worry about the quality.
We need, yeah.
See, I disagree. I think that the general audience is getting pretty bored of all these superhero movies because they're all the same.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, yeah. and-
So they're gonna see a pretty steep drop
Oh, you
off
think of-
in profits.
Oh, just no matter what.
soon.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, if they're going to lose
Now
money
is
either
when
way,
they
might
have
as well
to-
go out. with a bang.
Unless one of the new ones is really good and
Right.
different.
that's what I mean.
In some
Civil
way.
War. If that shakes things up, we have people die, and like, the series from then on is completely different.
The group is dissolved a little bit. Maybe everyone goes.
Yeah.
They don't. Captain America's the glue that held them together, and now they have to back someone they don't know as well. Or
Yeah.
I think a less of a focus on like what's the traditional model that we have is like every superheroes and then they're fighting like some villain that's smaller than
things.
Thanos, but somehow related or could be related.
Yeah.
But then we don't really care about always.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's the way I feel. But them fighting each other and the conflict being between these superheroes that we care a lot about.
Yeah.
I think that like that's how you save the series. That's how you make it interesting for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a chance to make it real personal.
For sure. Well, everybody,
And I
great
hope-
discussion. Any closing sentiments? Give me a minute.
A
Full
minute
A full 60 seconds.
of what?
It's a lot.
Closing sentiment.
Stay in school.
This is exactly where I was hoping this was going. Go. Keep going.
Eat your vegetables.
It doesn't have to be a minute. It could be like 20 seconds.
Oh, thank God. And over to Joey.
Closing sentiment. Go.
Okay.
You're right
Michael?
on time.
The stakes have never been higher.
Okay.
We.
We want death.
I was gonna say.
We want a pitcher,
Not.
not a belly. Okay,
And
so
podcast.
see you next week.
See you next
All
week.
right.
Wait.
Wait,
whoa.
Do you want to tell
Follow us
them
on
how-
dang Twitter or something.
Twitter.com/fangeared.
Should we tell the loyal listeners who listen for this long how to win a thing?
Oh, yes, we should. If you want to win a number of cool toys prizes, including, and we have not announced this yet, this is an exclusive, a Thanos 6-inch pop vinyl figure. We've also already
I saw
announced
that. I
the
really like
Silver Mario amiibo. You can win 2 of those things, as well as 2 other prizes which we have not announced yet, by going over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/fangeared, subscribing to the channel, and sharing the giveaway announcement video on either Facebook or Twitter. And you'll be automatically entered to win. We'll be picking 4 at random on June 25th.
Can I enter?
No.
Can I enter? I'm third build. Keep that in mind.
No.
Dang
Can I
it.
enter? I'm not part of this thing.
Yeah, no. I told you exactly why you couldn't enter, because that would just be like me keeping it.
That's
Because we
true.
live in the same house.
Good stuff.
Alright,
Good
follow us on
stuff.
Twitter and Instagram, and
Do we have
it's all the
Instagram?
same stuff. Yeah.
We do have an Instagram, but we've only ever posted one picture.
Oh, that's right.
The picture of
Right
us
now,
recording
do
the
it right
first
now.
with you. All right, we're gonna post another picture on the Instagram right now.
Okay, we're gonna fill this air while Josh pulls up
Yep.
Instagram.
You guys talk. You guys talk.
See him doing it now.
It's on the photo
he's-
booth.
Wait, just saying what's happening is not.
Yeah, filling the air.
That's you're filling there, yeah, but not with anything substantial. All right, everybody get in. If you're not in, you're out. So keep that in mind. Tommy, get more in.
Josh, you're angling
Yeah,
away
go to
from
the
me.
yeah.
I'm trying to fill this
Okay,
space.
that's good.
Michael, get in more. All right. All right, that's
the
it.
one.
All
All right, you heard it live here.
Yep, you heard it live here. We just took a picture. We'll see you next week.